And now to the University of Chicago, where the school is defying a national trend and daring to tell students they will not find any safe spaces or trigger warnings on this campus. For more, I'm joined by Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen. Hi, James.
Megan, good evening. You know, if you've been watching this trend on college campuses over the past several years and you've been wondering when someone in a position of authority would finally stand up and say, in effect, that he's mad as hell and he's not going to take it anymore, this is your story. As if parting the heavens, this mild-looking academician, Jay Ellison, Dean of Students at the University of Chicago, has struck what champions of free speech on college campuses regard as the biggest blow of the decade against the stifling effect of political correctness run amok. In a letter to the class of 2020, Ellison touted the university's commitment to academic diversity, warning freshmen rigorous debate, discussion, and even disagreement may challenge you and even cause discomfort. In an era when liberal students across the country have sought and received the creation of safe spaces, zones where they can be shielded from ideas they regard as hurtful to their psyche, and demanded trigger warnings, advance notice from professors when their curricula could prompt an adverse emotional response, the Ellison letter served notice that the University of Chicago isn't having any of it. We do not support so-called trigger warnings. We do not cancel invited speakers because their topics might prove controversial, and we do not condone the creation of intellectual safe spaces where individuals can retreat from ideas and perspectives at odds with their own.
This is actually one of the best steps I've seen a university take to say, you know what, this is, education, if done right, is actually going to be uncomfortable.
The empire of academia strikes back, however. Michael Roth, president of Wesleyan University, told the New York Times the Ellison letter was a publicity stunt designed to, quote, coddle donors.
Instead of saying we don't believe in safe zones, he's actually creating a safe zone, and that's a safe zone for racism, homophobia, sexism on his college campus.
Administrators at the University of Chicago countered that their embrace of free speech does not confer on anyone the freedom to threaten or harass. Megan.
I love Jay Ellison. I wish my kids were graduating sooner. They're class of 2028. It's not soon enough. I want them there while Jay is there, James.
I think first, really, Megan, you need to focus on something called the SATs, and then eventually you'll get to where you're talking about.
But that nonsense about you're making a safe space for racism and sexism, what they're trying to do is shore people up for real life. Tough conversations on difficult subjects, which we have to deal with in real life.
I consider this conversation itself one of those right now, and I think I had trigger warnings somewhere around 4 o'clock today. But look, the University of Chicago points out that the professors there retain, as they put it, broad freedom in how they address any concerns their students may have about the curriculum. So if a professor really wants to give a trigger warning, he or she may do so.
Yeah, that's like my Dianetics, only it's true and not weird.